All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you all for attending this morning. My name is Paul Henderson. I am the South Central Pennsylvania Business Service Team Lead, and I want to welcome you here. I also want to welcome our guests from Country Meadows Retirement Communities and Ecumenical Retirement Communities. We have a number of their team members here with us, and we're really anxiously anticipating hearing more about their communities, their vision, their mission, as well as the great career opportunities they have, and an outstanding career paths for those of you who are interested in serving in the healthcare industry. So again, I don't want to delay any further. I want to welcome our panelists here, Grace Vasquez, Lauren, Jessica, Sarah, and Christine. Thank you all for your time this morning, and I'm going to turn the presentation immediately over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Grace Vasquez, and I am Director of Career Outreach with Country Meadows Retirement Communities. It is a pleasure to be here today with you, along with my colleagues, Lauren Nunn, Employment Specialist at Country Meadows of Hershey, Jessica Tuzinski, Employment Specialist at Country Meadows in Mechanicsburg, Sarah Jackson, Employment Specialist with Country Meadows of York, Lori Hackman, who's trying to get on. She's probably on audio, and she is with Country Meadows in Leda Heights, and Christine Ulsh, who is our employment specialist at Ecumenical Retirement Community, which is our only non-for-profit facility in Harrisburg. And we are excited to be here with you today because we want to talk to you a little bit about senior care and what does that mean with regards to employment. I'm not sure where you are in your career, but I am excited to share with you that senior care is the fastest growing industry in the healthcare field. And the reason is that there are a lot of baby boomers out there who are retiring, who will need senior care services. And so we are here to share with you our mission and our vision of our company and who we are as a company. And you'll get to see a little bit about what our culture is towards the end of this presentation, but wanted to tell you who we are. We are Country Meadows Retirement Communities, run by the George M. Leader Family Corporation, and Ecumenical. They also run Ecumenical. We are a senior retirement company. We're not a nursing home, but we are a senior retirement company where we provide what you may know as personal care or assisted living. We have been doing this since 1984 is when Country Meadows started. And the Leader family has been doing this for over 55 years. The Leader family owns Country Meadows. It was started by former Pennsylvania Governor George M. Leader and Mrs. Leader, and it's going strong today. I know in today's world, with the world we're living in, COVID, it is so important to have a company that takes care of its seniors really well, and we do that well at Country Meadows. Our seniors are who we serve. Our residents are who we serve, and we need folks in this industry who want to do that. And we have many opportunities, career opportunities to share with you. I'm going to ask my colleagues if you're able to, and you want to chime in at any time, please do so. And they will share with you in a little bit the openings that they have in their communities and what it means. I know that we have many of you from different counties on this webinar, and I'm excited about that. Many people, when you ask them about healthcare and you talk about senior care is not the first thing that comes up. It's not the cool industry, but we happen to think it's a pretty cool industry because we do a lot of cool things here with our residents, and we have a lot of people that serve these residents who really enjoy working every day with seniors. And if you're one of those people, we want to hear from you. If you're one of those people who are thinking about serving others and have a passion for serving others, we want to hear from you because it doesn't matter much with many positions, entry-level positions, if you have the skill or not. We'll teach you the skill. What matters is that you have to have the will to want to do it. And that is all that we're asking you. If you have never thought about senior care, this is a good opportunity for you to maybe think about it. So I'm going to start with some of the positions that we have in senior care and talk about them. Before I do that, let me mention to you where our communities are located. We have 10 communities in Pennsylvania. So we have 3 in the Lehigh Valley, in Easton, in Bethlehem, and in Allentown. We have 1 in Wyomissing. We have 1 in Hershey, 1 in Lancaster, 1 in Mechanicsburg, West Shore. We have 2 in York County. 1 is in Leader Heights, and the other one is in Shiloh. We have 1 in Pittsburgh, in Bridgeville, and we have 1 in Frederick. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have our ecumenical retirement community right in the middle of Harrisburg, which is our only non-for-profit. Same services, same things we do at Country Meadows that we do at Ecumenical, but it's our only non-for-profit facility, and that's why it's called Ecumenical. So I just wanted to give you an idea of where we are. We are an expanding company because, as I mentioned, senior care is just going to boom. It's booming now. The baby boomers are retiring, and they're retiring at high rates every day, and people are living longer, which is a wonderful thing. They are going to need more services as we move along, and that means more job security for people who enter this field. So I'm excited, and we're excited to share that with you. And so let me just share with you a little bit about our careers at Country Meadows. Let me go here. We'll begin with our entry-level position, a dining associate. You have to be 16 plus years of age to come in with us as a dining associate. It's an entry-level position. Basically what it is a server position. It assists with all aspects of the dining room operations. So this is a great opportunity if you've never worked in senior care to come on board with us, because this will give you an opportunity to see what it really looks like, to get that experience, and to see if senior care is really an area that you want to explore as a career path. So that is the first position we hire for. The next one, if you want to stay in dining, and you have the need to want to be able to utilize your culinary skills, if you have culinary skills, what about a culinary associate position? That is our cook positions. You pretty much prepare and serve all meals for the residents. The meals are planned out, so you don't need to have any planning. However, we do love that our cooks are very creative, and they create some amazing recipes. You do follow recipes, and you have great hours in a family-like setting. A lot of people don't realize that cooks don't only work in restaurants or hotels. They also work in a senior living. We need cooks. The wonderful thing about our culinary positions is that you will be home usually by 8 o'clock in the evening. Whereas in a restaurant or in a hotel, you work all hours really late, probably till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You work on weekends because that's when they're busiest most. Here at Country Meadows, you work every other weekend, every other holiday. You have that family time with your loved ones, with your friends. So it's a different option, but you're utilizing your culinary skills. And so we welcome you to look at that career option for you. Dynamic living. Dynamic living is an individual we hire who needs to be 18 years of age, have a high school diploma or a GED or a CNA certification. Basically, a dynamic living coordinator participates with activities, engages our residents in activities, participates in creating a well-balanced calendar of programs and events that promotes and encourages a feeling of independence and sense of fulfillment for our residents. And that's basically, they promote wellness. We are in the business of making sure that our seniors' lives matter, that our seniors' lives get better every day. Just because we get older doesn't mean we cannot be active. We should be active every day. So we promote wellness, and our dynamic living team does that every day. Personal care associate and certified nurse's assistant. You've heard of CNAs. CNA is someone that is certified. You need to be 18 years of age. You need to, usually CNAs work in skilled nursing facilities or hospitals, but I will tell you at Country Meadows, we are hiring CNAs because the acuity of our residents is getting higher. Residents are living longer, and they're having some additional challenges as we live longer. So we welcome CNAs to apply with us. We also hire someone who's never had any experience in caregiving, PCAs. A PCA is 18 years of age, needs to have a high school diploma or a CNA certification or a GED, work in a personal care home. No certification is needed. It's an entry-level, on-the-job training provided. These two positions are very critical to the well-being of our residents, because what we provide every day is activities of daily living. We provide the services that you and I take for granted every day. We're able to get up, we're able to get dressed, we're able to walk, we're able to bathe. Some of our residents are not able to do those things. And our personal care associates, our certified nurses assistants, help them with those activities. So it's a very crucial position. Once again, as a PCA, personal care associate, you don't need experience. We'll be glad to train you. You need to have the willingness to want to do it. Fitness. We promote healthy living every day at Country Meadows. We have fitness classes. We have exercise, different types of exercise programs, and we have fitness coordinators. That's another position that's in senior care that maybe people have not thought about. Nursing. This is another key position at our facilities. We hire LPNs, licensed practical nurses. Usually an LPN has a 1 year, goes to school for a full year, 12 months. We put 1 to 2 years because sometimes the programs go above a year. So it is usually for 1 year. In the state of Pennsylvania, you are required to fulfill 1,505 hours, which includes your classroom training and your clinical training. And once you do that, you graduate and you take your NCLEX. And if you pass, you will be licensed to be a licensed practical nurse. Now, let me just say to you, the majority of our nurses are LPNs at Country Meadows. The average salary of an entry-level LPN, once they are licensed in the state of Pennsylvania, can be anywhere from $45,000 to $47,000 a year. That does not include overtime. That does not include benefits. So what I would say to those of you that are thinking about a nursing career, this is an exceptional way to start. To get it, if you want to go to school and get your LPN, but while you're there, if you want to work in a senior retirement community to tune those skills that you're learning in school, we welcome you to join us, even part-time or PRN. The other nursing that we hire is our registered nurses, and these are usually our directors of nursing and assistant directors of nursing. At most of our campuses, we have at least one RN, and so we welcome you, if you are an RN, to join us as well for those positions. We have various management positions at Country Meadows: executive director position, administrators, admissions, and marketers, office managers, human resources, There's so many I have not mentioned here. We have directors of maintenance. For those of you that have been in the maintenance position, we have maintenance coordinators. I did not put that on here, but we have maintenance coordinators that we welcome you to join us as well and apply. And that is a really essential position because that person pretty much takes care of the facility and running the facility in the sense of making sure the repairs are made. So maintenance is really important to our communities, and we welcome you if you have those skill sets to look into those positions that we have at Country Meadows or any other senior care company. Most of them have those types of positions. And my advice, if you are a student, currently a student, or even if you're not a student, I would say to you to start now, volunteer. If you're not sure you want to get into this industry, but volunteer, get a part-time job. It might be good, start PRN, get your foot in the door, build a resume. There is nothing more important than experience, nothing more important than experience. So I say to you, build that resume. If you don't have a resume, if you're coming from another industry where you're thinking, well, there's nothing really in the industry I was working in, but healthcare seems like an industry I would be interested in. You know, join us in healthcare, join us in long-term care, join us in senior living. We welcome you to do so. And that's who we are. That's pretty much the positions we have. Is there anything else the other employment specialists want to add that I may not have mentioned that you think is crucial for our guests to learn a little bit more about our communities? Okay. All right, and so we also wanted to show you a little bit about our culture. Does anybody, I'm going to stop before we show our Brandscape video. Does anybody have any questions on anything that I have mentioned so far in our presentation? Don't be shy. Let us know if we can answer a question for you. Okay, and so we're going to show you then our Brandscape video, and I believe, Annalise, you have that, or should I do?
Yes, I can do it. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, just taking me a moment.
That's
There
okay.
it is. Okay. All right, did that come through nicely for everybody? Video? Great.
Did everybody hear it?
I did, yeah. Very nice.
All right, that is basically, we like to share that video because I think that really is the culture of who we are at Country Meadows. You know, it's a wonderful culture. If you have someone in your life who's an elderly person, that is how you want them to be cared for. If they should ever need a senior retirement company, if they should ever need, you know, senior services. So that is who we are as a culture. We take this very seriously. Like I said, I always mention this several times throughout my presentations. It is not where you start. You can start with us at entry level. You know, it's where you finish. It's how you grow in this industry. And all of us, all my colleagues on this webinar will tell you we've all grown since joining Country Meadows. And Lori is who's been with us. Lori, I'm going to say probably, I'm going to estimate 27 years, right? 27 years you've been with Country Meadows. I've been with Country Meadows for about 14 years. I just celebrated my 14th anniversary. So, you know, Jess, I think you've been with us for 2-3 years, correct? And Sarah, I believe, has also been with us for over 5 years. And Lauren just started with us, but she was with us as an intern. So we've all grown in our roles, in our positions. If you would have asked me when I graduated college many years ago, I won't tell you how many years that was because then I'll give away my age. But if you would have asked me, you know, did I think I would have a career in senior retirement? The answer would be no, because I never thought of senior retirement as a career option for me. So I just, you know, I just want to say that just because this is not the career path you've thought about, this is something you ought to look into, because it is an industry that values you. I'm not going to lie to you. This is really hard work. It's not easy. But if you have a passion and empathy and compassion for serving others, this is the industry you want to come into. And I cannot stress that enough to you. This is the industry you want to come into. You know, because we're taking care of a group of individuals who need us. And we go home at the end of the day, on most days, because, you know, there's going to be those stressful days, but on most days we go home and say to ourselves and smile and say, we've made a difference in someone's life. You know, so if you're thinking that, you know, that's what you need for your life, that's what you want to do, earn a living, and at the same time have a purpose to serve others, this is definitely the industry you want to be in. Okay. Any to the employment specialist, would you like to just share, and you could go one at a time, just share some of the things that you do with regarding to hiring, the backgrounds and just that sort of thing, if you want to share that. And also, while you're at it, you may share the openings that you have at your community. So Lauren, do you want to start?
Sure. What would you like me to share in regards to background?
Just what we do, the process, maybe the interviewing process, what we do, just
okay.
quick.
Sure. I know at every campus we kind of do things a little bit differently, but overall we all complete a phone screen with you, and then we would set you up for an interview with us, and then if things go well, we would set you up with an interview with the manager of the department for the position you're applying is. And then if that goes well, in our new normal, we wouldn't have you come in and shadow, but if we weren't in pandemic times, we would have you come in and shadow. And then if that all goes well, then we would offer you a position. Also check your references. We do reference checks as well. And then if all goes well and you accept the position, then we would do your background checks. So we check Pennsylvania access to criminal history, we check data facts, we check different things. So we'll do your background checks and we'll set you up to have a time to come in to do your new hire paperwork. And then we'll have you sign all of your paperwork and complete your drug tests. And I think that's kind of the easiest snippet, I think I could say, for all of us. So but as far as the positions I have available at the Hershey campus, I have personal care associate positions. I have full-time and part-time. So those positions are from like first shift, which is 7 to 3. We have second shift, which is 3 to 11. And then we also have overnight, which is 11 to 7. I also have medication technician positions available. And then I also have dining server positions, both full-time and part-time. And those part-time positions are really nice for, like, say, students who are 16 or older, who are still in high school. They're from 4 to 8, so they could possibly get those. But then my full-time positions are a nice schedule as well. They're in the mornings from 7 to 3 for dining. And that's what I have right now at Hershey.
Thank you. Jess?
Yes, so I sit at the Country Meadows of Mechanicsburg campus, also known as West Shore. So my interview process is a little different. So I'm the only one that does the interviews, and then I do references, and the interviews is going to be in a video one, and then the references, and then we decide whether or not if we're going to hire someone. And then as far as the background issues, there are certain charges or convictions that we cannot hire for, and that would be violent crimes, but each campus is different. So it's really up to our executive directors who's in charge of the campus if they want to hire someone or not. As far as, you know, the other interview process, what Lauren was saying about the shadowing, all of that, unfortunately, we cannot do that right now, but hopefully we have something in the future where we have a tour of the campus or something so that applicants can actually look at what our campus looks like. And then as far as my openings, I do have personal care associates, which is caregiving positions. I primarily have second shift available, part-time and full-time, which is from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. I also have medication technician positions available. Those are 12-hour shifts overnight from 6:45 to 7 a.m. And I do have 2 nurse LPN positions open, and those are both second shift. So that's pretty much it for my campus.
Thank you. And Christine?
So we were very lucky to be able to do a manager interview here yesterday on site out in our pavilion. So that is something we are very excited about. Normally I would do the pre-screen and the ES interview via telephone. However, we are doing on-site manager interviews. We haven't gotten to the shadowing stage, but it's very excited to be able to do the face-to-face outside with the candidate. Numerous openings here. We are looking for personal care associates as well for all 3 shifts, med associates as well, a nurse position, and really need some housekeepers. So that's what we're working on here.
Thank you. And Lori? I'm not sure, Lori.
The South York. So we're very fortunate here as well. We have some personal care associate positions open on second shift and third shift, as well as we are hiring for dining associates for day shift. Typically those hours are 7 to 3 or 6 to 2. And we are also hiring for housekeepers, 7 to 3 at the South York building. The hiring process is very similar to Jessica and Lauren and Christine's situations there at their campus as well. So, and I believe Sarah had to jump off the call, but she is actually the employment specialist with the West York campus. So she is also hiring for personal care associates, caregivers at this time for weekend positions.
Okay, thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate it. At this time, you know, just they mentioned a couple of positions that we didn't mention. Was housekeeping was another position. That's a really good position that we hire for, entry-level position. So keep that in mind as well. Maintenance coordinators, you know, that we hire for regularly as well. So keep that in mind. At this time, we're going to open it up to you for questions. We are done with what we wanted to present to you, but just want to say just one last thing. You know, there's this word that's been going around, essential workers. Essential workers, you know, anyone in healthcare, in my opinion, is an essential worker. No matter what your role is, you are an essential worker. And so I value all of my colleagues. I value all folks that work in healthcare. And of course, we have so many other essential workers out in this world, in this country right now. You know, firemen, policemen, grocery clerks, just a whole slew of people that are out there every day going to work. They're essential because they take care of the essential needs in our lives. But I have to tell you, going through this COVID stage and realizing the value of being in healthcare and realizing just the importance of every single team member to our operation. And it is just humbling, it's rewarding, and you know, we are really excited for you to be a part of that. So any questions that we can answer for you? Anyone have any questions? Please feel free to ask.
If you do have any questions, please use that question feature, and we will have those read out.
Lisa, have you seen any questions? I'm not seeing any.
No, I'm not seeing any yet. People might be typing, so maybe give them another minute or so to get those in.
Sure.
We just have one come in. How quickly can I start a position?
Basically, you have to go online to www.countrymeadows.com/careers and click onto the community that you're interested in working in, and basically fill out a application. And as soon as your application comes in, within 24 to 48 hours, it will be reviewed by our team, sometimes even earlier than that. And they will review the application, and that's the first step in the process. So once that's done, then they will be in touch with you if they feel that there's something that can be offered to you.
Great. What will the application and hiring process be?
I'm sorry, what will the application and hiring process be?
Yeah, that was the question.
Okay, the application is a quick app that you fill out first, and then the process is the interviewing process after that.
Great. I'm seeing one more so far. How can I make my application stand out?
Why don't I turn that over to one of the employment specialists if you like to, because they review applications every day and they're able to give you some pointers. Maybe Lori, would you like to give some pointers on what stands out to you when you're reviewing an application?
To be completely filled out. So when there's no blanks or no open areas, I'm always impressed by that. If the application is going to ask for, you know, the address, the employer's name, the address, the supervisor, the dates of hire, phone numbers, if all that information is on there, that makes things much, much easier for the employment specialist. And if you're able to give us, you know, at least 2 employers, that information, that is great. And if you're able to be contacted by phone or by text or by email, and you're able to respond quickly, that's always very helpful as well.
Anyone else, any of the other employment specialists want to add to that? I think,
All right, we have.
I just wanted to add, I just thought about this, you know, just make sure you have your references. Your references are very important. You have the name of your reference, an email address that they can be reached at, and a telephone number. And what is their title? That is really, really important that you have references from your past employment. That helps. If you haven't had a lot of employment, any volunteer work you may have done, the references are extremely, extremely important to us hiring.
Great. Looks like we have a few more questions that have come in. Can you share anything about benefits, or would we find that info out after an interview?
Our benefits, we consider you full-time. If you work with us for 32 hours a week, you're considered full-time at Country Meadows. So you're eligible for health benefits, dental and vision. Those are just, you know, many companies don't do that. You have to work 75 to 80 hours. We consider full-time 32 hours. So that's a wonderful benefit. You're eligible to, if you're working full-time for a 401k and part-time, actually, you're eligible for a 401k if you're with us. I believe it's 6 months. Correct me, ladies, if I'm wrong here, but you're eligible for that. We give also numerous other coworker benefits, $2 meals a day, which includes a full meal from drink to entree to a salad, soup, and dessert for only $2 a day, and the food is excellent. I can vouch for that. You know, those are just some of the benefits of working at Country Meadows. We certainly encourage people to go online and to see what we have to offer. And of course, as you're going through the interviewing process, you know, that's some of the questions you can ask, specific questions with regards to benefits. And that will be reviewed with you, by the way, when you're hired, even before basically what the benefits are. Does any of the employment specialists want to add to any of that? Okay.
Okay, so our next question is, are background checks done by Country Meadows and who pays for that?
Lauren, did you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. They're done by us. We do them here in our offices and we pay for them.
All right, the next question is, what past experience or work are you looking for?
Christine, would you like to answer that question?
Most of our positions are entry level. Of course, for an LPN or a med associate, we are looking for obviously some experience there, although we do hire entry level nurses as well. So I think we're really looking for that caring attitude and that type of personality to be able to help our residents. That goes a long way here, and willing to learn and be flexible, because you could be moved to a different building or something like that. We have 3 buildings here at Ecumenical. So flexible attitude and a caring attitude are probably more as important as the experience side of things. So someone that, again, that's willing to learn, and you will learn to love the residents and fulfill their needs. So hopefully it's a very rewarding opportunity for you as well.
I would also add to that, thank you, Christine. I would add that you know, you need customer service skills. You know, those are those skills that most of us have. No matter what job you've had in the past, you have obtained customer service skills, hopefully. Whether you dealt with the public or not, you've worked with fellow coworkers. So I like to say that we have internal customers, those are our coworkers, and external customers, and those are the people that we serve. You certainly need some customer service skills, communication skills. You need to be able to communicate with our residents. So those are just some of the skills that certainly we look for.
Questions are still coming in, so we have a few more. How easy is it to move up in positions?
So, you know, I would say that depends on the person who is with us. How easy is it? We advertise the positions we have open first internally to our coworkers. So what does that look like for you? If you come on board with us as a dining aide, and we've had this numerous times, people have come on board with us as a dining aide, and then they move up to personal care associate. Then they go to medication associate, medication technician. And then they decide that they want to do something else within the company, that there's another position. So it depends on you. It depends on your willingness to want to learn. It depends on you, where you want to take your career. We do advertise our positions internally first, a week before we put them out to the public. Lauren,
Okay,
did you want to add something else? Okay.
Okay. So the next question is, once schedules are assigned, will they remain the same or will schedules change?
We have structured schedules. You work with us. You know what your schedule is. They're put out a month, and they don't change most of the time. You're working every other weekend, every other holiday. So you know when your weekend to work is. You're not working every weekend. You're working every other weekend, every other holiday. When we have shifts available, we advertise those shifts, and we ask if you want to pick up additional shifts. And we love when people help us that way. So there's a lot of opportunity. But your schedule is a set schedule.
Great, thank you. I don't see any other questions coming in at the moment. So we can hang out for a couple more minutes, see if any more come in. I don't know if you have any last minute things to say, Grace or Paul.
I just want to thank you really for giving us this opportunity. I don't get to see all of you that are out there, but I will say to you, if you've heard this, we welcome you to go to countrymeadows.com/careers and click onto the community that you're interested and look and see what types of jobs we have available. Just look us up online and see what kind of company we are. There's many opportunities, and we welcome those that want to learn something new, that want to share their skill sets with others in serving others. If you're that person out there, we welcome you to come and join us. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
And I just want to take an opportunity to thank you, Grace, and your team, Jessica, Christine, Lauren, Lori, and I know we lost Sarah, but really appreciate your support with this event. For any of the participants who are plugged in right now, we have, please, we will make sure that our career advisors are available for you to assist you if you need to help get the application submitted. There are also the jobs posted not only within our PA CareerLink website, so anything that we can do to support you as a job seeker to get you connected, that's what we're here for. But again, thank you to the Country Meadows and Ecumenical team. You guys are amazing, and we look forward to continuing our partnership and anything we can do to support you. And our hats are off to you and your staff during this time. We know that your team are the real life heroes out there in the trenches and caring for individuals. And so we do appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Paul. Have a great day, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.